Hello folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, today, in my opinion, very boring trading day. However, as you can see, is DXY now retracing. I was expecting a little bit such a move, while SPY is taking a breath. In my opinion, that's the right interpretation. Not saying we are done. We can go up more. I would even expect that. But Bitcoin is performing very weak at the moment. Well, I don't know. I mean, I closed my short. I'm longing, but in case it maintains, in that way, I will hedge again, because I don't like at all what's doing at the moment. However, I have now the subscription for Levita, so we can check even more information. We will see once again that the last big dump here wasn't driven by option at all. And that's the only part. I'm just missing the retest, for example, of 19.5. It didn't happen. Not yet, at least. I mean, we need to see what's happening if we go up to 19.5, if they allow to go up at 19.5. Because we will make some checks today, not only as usual, we will check some metrics. And they are blocking the way up. So the big question is why and for how long? This week it's going to be very exciting. As mentioned yesterday, we have Thursday. It's going to be a very interesting day. So we just need to wait until tomorrow. I would expect a very volatile day. We have interest rate decisions on part of, if I'm not wrong here, but let me check. No, sorry, we don't have, at least not on part of Fed. We are not going to have any interest rate decision, but on part of the ECB. But Powell and Lagarde are going to speak tomorrow, and that could cause some volatility. So my expectations would be DXY will even decline more just because of ECB interest rate decision, something that it should have a short-term nature, and afterwards, an hour later, the volatility should start. We will have first Powell, afterwards Lagarde. So tomorrow it's going to be a very, very interesting day, and we will see how it will end. Well, at the moment we did 18.5. I'm still missing the last leg to the downside at 18k, but it wouldn't surprise me if we go first to 19.5 first. Then we need to see. At the moment it's really hard to predict just 1 week or 2 weeks in advance. So let us go forward and check directly what the Wales ratio is indicating. As you see, the Wales ratio once again declined from 44 to 41. So it's also indicating that the sell pressure should decline. Also here the 30 days moving average is declining. So that's not that bad for bulls. If we take the Wales ratio 30 hours moving average, and if we go even further, we can check and we can see, well, at least if we zoom in, it's not really useful, but at least we can see here that we are just touching 65, even 70, indicating the sell pressure should decline. And that's something I would expect as well. We check the Wales ratio 30 hours moving average. It declined, it lifted up. It looks like it want to decline. We didn't reach the high level of 92 anymore. So it seems, and we need to see how far they want to go. In my opinion, the whole operation was a shakeout, as expected. And that was actually the part yesterday where they started to dump, where I was explaining exactly that part, where just I wanted to say, well, you know, I mean, the whole thing, what they are doing is, in short term, they are shaking out the late shorts before they go down. They know they are going to liquidate longs, but they don't want to let the late shorts to take profit. That's crazy what they are doing. And that explains maybe also why, since a while actually, option trading is not following the price action, something we had in June and before. So let us take a look. At the same time, we can see stablecoin supply lifted up, declined. I mean, it's declining. Not saying we are done here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But at the moment, we can take a breath, I guess. So also here, stablecoin reserves on exchanges is declining again after that big, you remember, 3.6 billion. Then they withdraw almost 1.8 billion or 1.9 billion. We are still missing the remaining, but they withdraw almost 1.7 billion in BUSD. That matches very well. So I don't know why CryptoCount, it seems they are not tracking BUSD, and that's why this yellow graph is not indicating any more withdrawal. But those 3.6 million are just out of exchanges. So let us go forward. Okay, so let us start here with inflows. And something I really missed was that we received in 3 hours almost 6,000 bitcoins. Wow, that's not good at all, of course, because that's spot. So if you check that, and I had a chat with George, and we are just exchanging informations and data every day. If we take a look, and we can see that the big part of the inflows arrived after we reached the level of 18.6. And at the moment, I don't see any big outflows after that. I mean, 2,000 bitcoins here and so on, but we received a lot more bitcoins. So it looks like we are not over. But as mentioned also at the same time, tomorrow it could be very volatile. Means up, down, up, down. A nice opportunity to distribute, of course. So we need to be very careful. Just to be clear, I'm not going to let my long open overnight. I don't trust the market. It wouldn't surprise me if they want to push the price even more down until tomorrow, because maybe they know already that tomorrow it could be bullish. So we need to be extremely careful here. Also, we received some stablecoins to directly to spot exchanges. For example, here we received 60 millions, and here another 50 millions. We are talking about 110 millions. I mean, that's fine, but not that big. Usually after we receive that much bitcoins, I mean, when I'm talking about much, it's compared to the volume. And I mean, we can't compare the current volume with the volume of May, February, or June, but enough to push the price more to the downside. And that's, well, I mean, look, that's really the last time we received here 4,200. It's almost the same volume we received, and I have mentioned just before that it looks like these guys are in preparation. We need to see, because tomorrow it's going to be a very interesting day just because of the events. So let us go ahead. Here as well, funding rate lifted up, declined a lot, lifted up again. At the moment we need to see, but you know, when I see such kind of move, like here or here or even here, for example, it looks like people are trading once with big volume at the same time. So in my opinion, that looks like someone is placing big longs at the moment. We didn't receive a lot of stablecoins to derivative exchanges. I mean, 200 millions here, that wasn't low, 110 millions here, but not the same like we had just before. You remember 500 million, 600 million, and even here we received those 3.6 billion. So you remember, if we check here, you can see that, you know, we received here almost 3.6 billion, and then we can see here almost 1.9 billion outflow. But if you check whale alert just few days afterwards, we have seen also 1.7 billion in BUSD outflow. So that matches very well. So anyway, if we check here Bitcoins, for example, also after they started, it seems to send bigger inflows to derivative exchanges. So just close before we dumped hard, 2,644, another 2,800 Bitcoins. Then at the same time, after we dumped very hard, another 5,600 Bitcoins, then another 2,600 Bitcoins, while we had withdraw in 2 hours almost 10,000 Bitcoins, and so on and so forth. So placing shorts, it seems, and yeah, it looks like, in my opinion, they placed their shorts here, and that would even explain why we had such a drop in funding rate. Interesting, because it didn't happen just before. I mean, just close before, we can see we had that drop that was close before we dumped hard, and then, and that's crazy because that was really the lowest candle at 18.5. They placed even more shorts afterwards, and yeah, they took profit, it seems, while they sent even more Bitcoins. And just 3 hours ago we received almost 4,800 Bitcoins as well, while they removed another almost 6,000 Bitcoins 2 hours ago. So also taking profit from the longs. Also here we need to be extremely careful right now. You can see that they liquidated a lot of longs yesterday, as expected. While I was talking you know, telling you, listen, what they are doing, look, I mean, you know, they are just, if we zoom in, you will see they are liquidating a lot of shorts at the same time, but it's just late shorts, you know. That's why we dump, pump all the time, because they are liquidating even more shorts than longs then, and then they need a bigger move to liquidate the longs. And if you check just what we did, the last time we had such a big long liquidation was June 14th. That was, let me see, yeah, that was since then the highest long liquidation since a while. So a little bit expected. And that was the funny thing, because I was explaining that, and then the Bitcoin just started to dump. So, but at the moment everything looks very quiet. Even here we can see funding rate is declining on Binance, it seems. At the same time also open interest is declining, so they are it looks like liquidating shorts at the moment, and even the leverage ratio is declining. If we take now a look, we can see that if we are still overloaded with longs. We still have 1.8 billion in longs and only 700 millions in shorts. That's something, in my opinion, that's not going to work well. Even if we go up to 19.5, for example, to make a clean retest, I would expect even more downside after the community, after traders changed. Also interesting that even longs on Bitfinex are declining. That's crazy, because we had over 2 billion just a few days ago. Now we have 1.972. It's a while, since a while, that Bitfinex longs are not showing less than 2 billions. That's really interesting, but not useful at all. Ethereum looks, of course, much better. So even they have 58 to 42 long short ratio, but it looks much better than, and healthy, than 72 to 28. So, and that maybe also explains why Bitcoin is not performing that well like SPY, SPX. Because, you know, I mean, exchanges need to make money, and in the current market condition, it's a big challenge to make money. So how to make money if not to liquidate its customers, right? So I think that's part of the game. So let us take a look to Binance first. I guess, wow, okay, now it looks completely different. Even the volume maintains at 50. But, you know, we have right now here high leverage shorts. That's how it looks like at the moment. Let me... Okay. Let us take a look. So they need to push up to 19.6. It's very interesting that they place the shorts in a way that their liquidation will start at 19.6, while they know that 19.5 now to break 19.5 is going to be a big challenge. So I don't think that's coincidence. And if we want to liquidate longs, we need to go even lower. Well, I was expecting as much than 18K at the moment, and then we need to see. Let us take a look to FTX. Looks a little bit different, even if the volume is just 10 millions less. But also here, as you see, it matches very well. So also here, we need to break 19.5 to liquidate these guys. So yeah, I think 95 could be the next big resistance, and not easy to break. That's it. Let us go ahead and check the next chapter. So let us take a look what's happening here related to CVDs. Well, as you see, they were distributing also on FTX since 25K. They were distributing all the way, and since yesterday, when they dumped very hard. And as you also see, now it's lifting up a little bit, but nothing big at all. I mean, really, absolutely nothing big at all. If we go to 5 minutes, we can see that's absolutely not big. Absolutely not. Not even here an aggregated, much more Bitcoin collateral, more than stablecoin collateral futures. If we take a look, for example, to Binance, it's indicating, well, I mean, the main driver of the aggregated one, it seems, And they also did a big move yesterday. I mean, from minus 12,000 to minus 24 almost, indicating 12,000 in volume delta. That's really big in few hours. Also indicating they were accumulating, as I said before. If we take a look right now, I mean, also here it's not big at all. Absolutely not big at all. It's really interesting that they are. I'm not sure if that's hatching while they are selling, to be honest. Really not. So even here, Bitfinex, look that. Bitfinex was crazy yesterday, really. I mean, for them, 4,000 volume delta negative in just 2 hours, that's crazy. That's really crazy. We did a volume delta just really in few hours from minus 3,000 to minus 19, indicating 16,000 volume delta. I mean, at the same time, people are buying, so that was really big. Even the price action, I mean, we did from 19.8 to 18.6. That wasn't that big, but strong, you know. That was the big difference. So also here, if we check now Bitfinex, it's even declining more. It's not, they are not buying at all. At least it looks like they are still in distribution while the price is going up. As you can see here, look that. They start to distribute while the price went up. That's also crazy. And well, Coinbase, as usual, buying. Even they also follow the dump, but you know, we need to sum in a lot, and you can see they are just buying all the time. It's not huge, but you are noticing that Coinbase is always on the bullish side, always. You know, also here it seems the main driver to push the price up at the moment. So yeah, let us go and check what entities are doing. Retailers, it seems they are not buying at the moment. Shrimps are buying. These guys are buying. Not big, but at least. Even these guys are buying now 100 to 1,000 bitcoins. So let us check how much they did. They balances rise from 3.86, well, almost 10,000 bitcoins, and the market maker entities declining. So as mentioned, only if this guy starts to accumulate, I'm flipping to extremely bullish. But these guys are not doing anything at the moment. And well, centralized exchanges mainly are here involved, 80% almost, and declined after the dump. It's possible. So yeah, nothing big here. One thing that was very interesting, I need to check. Wow. Oh, okay. The market maker entities once again here involved in the big, it seems, spot and derivative. So be careful because that could be extremely bearish. Let us check. They did 15, 16 o'clock. So here 3,200 and then 3,100. 4,400. It's 16. Oh, yeah, come on. Ah, it's 16. It was here. So 3,000. Okay. They sent, it seems, 3,000 bitcoins to spot exchanges and to derivative exchanges another 3,200. So we need to be extremely careful when this guy starts to trade. Also, as you see here, they reserves, Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges are lifting up once again. So it seems we are not done. And another thing, and that was the chart I was looking for, that's the OTC chart. So usually that's the centralized exchanges chart, activity, fund flows, indicating when they're shifting funds, bitcoins, you know. And usually when it's, if we can take a look here as well, let me see. Centralized exchanges were very active when after the dump. That's what we can see. While OTC activity started here, that was closed before the dump. Usually that means that also here, for example, Gemini, it seems, were also active here, very active, sending fund flows, and here as well. But as you see, it was mainly driven, it seems, by OTC. And that's not surprising me at all. Absolutely not. So we see here concentration of fund flows related to OTC. We only see here related to centralized exchanges, and here and now. So pushing the price up while OTC is declining. I don't know what these guys know. I really don't know what these guys know. But it doesn't look bullish. Unfortunately not. Wow. So go ahead. The next chapter. So we see they are pushing the price up while they are here waiting at 19K at the moment. You know, that's Coinbase at the moment. So we triggered two different buy orders at 19.5 and at 19K. We didn't trigger then 18.5, but the thing is, the big volume starts below 18,120, even on Coinbase, as you can see here. They are placing walls here, here, so they are protecting everything below 18.1. Deribit, nothing. They even reduced, no, they removed these walls here at 21,200. Bitstamp, they removed once again, or at least reduced a lot, liquidity at the 18K, even here as well. They placed a new wall here, but the biggest one is still waiting at 15. Binance Spot, and that's the most interesting one at the moment, because they are really at 19.1 waiting. So they are at the moment blocking that area here. At the same time, waiting here 20K, also waiting here at 19.5, and placed even at 20,200 another wall. So my interpretation here, at least on Binance, is we are done. So we did know we will go up a little bit more, but the max should be 19,100 or maybe 19,200, and that's it. And that, I guess, we will go down and retest that area at 18.5. So I will take a look how far they want to go, because they reduced the wall here at 19K to let the price go a little bit more up. Those who are not tracking these exchange walls will think, hey, do you know what? Let us go long here. And they will liquidate these late longs, I guess. But yeah, as soon as we need, of course, we need to see what's going to happen here, but it looks at the moment very solid that, you know, they are just going to push up the price to here 19.1 and then go down again. Yeah. So let us go forward. Bitfinex Spot, doing exactly the same. Also here waiting, but here waiting as well. Everything else is spoofing. They reduce these walls here, something I don't like at all, at 18.2. FTX perp, also here, doing exactly the same. They don't want, they remove the wall like Binance at 19K, and they placed, well, a little bit higher at 19.2, but also here at 19.1, waiting with liquidity, also here waiting at 19.4. They don't want to let the price go up. Also here, like at Binance, at 21, waiting, and 20. Look how much liquidity are waiting here at 20,700, for example. OKEX. Let us take OKEX. Okay, nothing here. Kraken placed a new wall at 18K, a bigger one at 76 and 17. Also here at 19.8 waiting, and 19.1. Once again, if you want to go up, you need a lot of money. So yeah, here nothing. BitMEX not doing anything. The next wall would be at 17.2. Binance futures. Look that. What the hell is that here, please? Wow, they really don't want to let the price go up. They really don't want. That explains why Bitcoin is looking that way compared to SPY. Also here, I mean, look that. At the same time, 19.5, new wall at 20,200, another one at 20K, reduced volume at 27, the next bigger wall at 70K. They removed also walls at 18 and 18.5. Even we have here a lot of volume, but it's perp, you know? I mean, it's different. But however, it's obvious. That here is really obvious. Bitfinex derivatives. Okay, nothing. Kraken futures. Nothing. OKEX futures. Also nothing. It seems algos, but that's it. And FTX spot. FTX spot here removed a lot of liquidity here at 18.4. The biggest one 18.3 and 18.2. So at the moment they want to push up the price, but not that far. Absolutely not. 19.1 should be the next resistance we need to break first, and then 19.3, 19.4, something like. Okay, that's it.